What's up, guys? So today we'll be discussing about how to travel around the Himalayan country of Nepal in 2024 on a shoestring budget of rupees 3000 per day. So 3000 per day is roughly around $35 per day. And how do you keep up to this budget every day for a week or a month? So it comes down to 3 to 4 simple and easy hacks. Number 1 is where you're planning on staying. So if you stay in hostels, it's going to be extremely affordable. Plus, at the same time, you will also end up meeting a lot of other solo travelers like you who will have common interest in places to visit and places to travel along. So you can club along with them, and this will make your journey a lot more affordable. It doesn't mean that you'll find one single person or a few people to form a group that will make your travel extremely affordable, but they will not everybody at the same time will also be traveling the same circuit as you are or in the same time frame that you are. So look at this as you can club along with them for one place, two places, or three places, or depending on how you want to go about it. And each place that you're going and traveling along with them, you will also end up finding other people, so the chain reaction will continue. So this comes really handy in terms of hotel bookings and also in terms of when you're planning on going for a day excursion, that is sightseeing around Pokhara, sightseeing around Kathmandu, or if you plan on going to nearby places around Pokhara and Kathmandu, this will come really handy because then you don't have to book the entire taxi yourself. You can split it with two or three people and then the cost reduces drastically. So that's number one, going and living in hostels so you can find other travelers like you who are on a budget. Number two would be taking the tourist AC bus from place to place. The tourist AC buses are very convenient, they are extremely well managed, and over and above this whole thing, they have a very good frequency. There are plenty of operators that run these buses, and you can book these buses with travel agents and also with your hostel or hotel owners because all of them have tie ups with these buses. These buses leave in the morning at 7 a.m. and in the evening at 7 p.m. and they usually take anywhere between 6 to 12 hours to reach their destination depending on where you're planning on going. So this is the second way of how you can end up saving money and planning a budget trip. Also keep in mind that one vital thing is that just before you book your bus tickets, just check online for what the flight cost is between any of these sectors, because at random incidences you will end up seeing flights from say Kathmandu to Pokhara which might be 100 or 200 or maybe 500 rupees more as compared to the bus, and then it is better to take the flight option because it is just faster and less of a hassle. Because imagine sitting from Kathmandu to Pokhara in a 12-hour bus and then taking a flight which will get you there in a couple of hours. So this way you can just have a look at the flights. Just avoid taking flights during the monsoon because it's a tricky time, and do not go to Nepal in the monsoon, it's not advisable. Number 3 would be your food. So now Nepal has arguably the best food that you'll find in any of the Himalayan countries, and when you go there you might expect it to be just dal rice full power, but it's actually not that. You will find extremely good options and unlimited options, be it sizzlers, be it steak, be it burgers, be it pizzas, pastas, and the list is unlimited. There are bakeries all over, there are coffee houses all over, alcohol in every shop is selling alcohol over there. So this is where most people end up overspending, and then their entire trip goes for a toss because what you spend for your transport by bus or what you end up spending for your stay in a hostel is fixed, but food is not really fixed. As you wander, you might look at something and you might be interested in eating, and that by the end of the whole trip will leave you with a very low bank balance. So how do you avoid this whole thing? The best way and the simplest way to go about it is keep a fixed budget per day in a separate section of your wallet or in your bag, and that's your food allowance. Don't go above that. If you go under it, very good. So then say after a week, after 5-6 days, you can have that money which is saved up, and that's the day you can go out and have a lavish day out. But over and above that, just be mindful of the food options because they are tempting and they will end up burning a hole in your pocket. Now the last thing, and what I would say is one of the hardest things to keep in check in Nepal, is shopping. Because when you're in Nepal, you'll find so much of shopping options that you will be enticed into buying things, be it mountaineering gear, be it prayer flags or Buddhist artifacts, or even souvenirs in the terms of postcards, magnets, guidebooks, you name it, Nepal has it all. And you'll find a lot of first copy options in terms of hiking gear, shoes, bags. You'll even find a lot of hemp bags and clothing which is sold in Nepal. So just keep in mind that going overboard with shopping is another area which can end up burning a hole in your pocket. So if you want to really stick to a budget, you can actually travel, stay, eat and live a happy life in Nepal in 3000 Indian rupees per day. That's around $35 per day, without including your shopping costs, because shopping ultimately, it's your decision, depends on what you want to buy. But in $35 you'll easily get a souvenir t-shirt for each place that you travel to, be it Chitwan, Pokhara or Kathmandu, because these souvenir t-shirts cost around 400 to 600 Indian rupees depending on the quality of the t-shirt. So this is all budgeted in just 3000 per day. So if you're traveling for 7 days, it is 3 into 7, which is 21,000, and that should be more than enough to cut it fine. You can carry 25,000, 4,000 extra just in case you need money for anything extra. So this is how I would be planning and suggesting anybody to plan a trip to Nepal: 3000 per day and into the number of days. Don't do a trip for less than 7 days, because then it's not worth going so far.